Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight Talk with Shelia. Thank you again for meeting me here. Thank you for your commitment. Today is part 2 of our conversation from last week of why you wait, identify your spiritual gifts. And the reason why I'm doing this in 2 parts, because this week, I want to go into a deeper dive into those specific gifts that you may not have considered to be your spiritual gift. And I'm sitting at the table today because I just want to touch your heart. I want you to hear me and know that you have significance and know that you have purpose, and I need to help you find them. And I don't want you to gloss over those gifts you have that you think, oh, it's no big deal. They are, because your creator gave them to you. And remember again that I said we are mind, body, and spirit. So we have got to focus on the mind, the body, and the spirit. So last week and this week, my goal is to focus on your spiritual gifts. So let me give you some example of spiritual gift. You have leadership, serving. Maybe you encourage. You like to encourage people. You're teaching. You like to do administrative work. You're wise. You're considered wise, always offering wisdom and thought-provoking ideas. You like to give, you like to help, and you have faith. I want to jump into faith right now. For the person that has faith, this could be that person that is considered always positive, has a positive outlook on life. They always see the glass half full because of their faith. That's a spiritual gift. In the world, out there in corporate America, you hear people talk about being positive or having positive thinking. In the spiritual world, that's faith. So it's important that you understand that there is a faith piece to your life, and you've got to identify it. And when you have positive thinking, what it does, it brings up your confidence. That's faith, believing in what you're saying, believing in who you are, believing in what you're doing. And that is so important that you can identify these gifts. Because there are some people that things just come naturally easy for them to stay positive, to push forward in faith, to push past whatever is scaring them. And leadership, maybe you're that person that can go into a room and organize things and get people to sit into a group and have discussions and come up with ideas. And you're the one that's going to report back to your director, report back to your manager. You have leadership skills. You might have learned that somewhere, but that was down on the inside of you initially, and you harnessed it, you worked on it, you research and find out what does it look like to be a leader. And that's how leadership shows up for you. If you're that one that like to serve, you're not just serving, say, for example, the homeless, but you're serving your family. You're very particular about how you deliver dinner maybe to your spouse, or how you deliver dinner to your kids. You make sure everything is fitted just right and have colors and is inviting. You take a lot of time and effort to make sure your delivery when you serve is inviting. So if you have that gift, consider that important. Who wants to be served food with just slapped on the plate? Nobody wants that. But if it's decorated really nicely and it's inviting. Maybe you're like me, who love to encourage and offer a word of positivity and encouragement, saying, you know what, it's going to be all right. Hang in there. Keep doing the work, and you're going to get through it. Maybe you're that person that no matter what time of night, if somebody calls and needs somebody to talk to, you're going to be the one listening and making sure you're keeping your mouth closed and opening up your ears. You're there for them. That's a form of encouragement. You may be that person that is really good at the administrative stuff at work. Maybe you're good at delegating and making sure all the files are in order and making sure the report is done and is up front. You dot every I and cross every T for your director, for your CEO, so he and she can shine. That's a spiritual gift. It's important that you know that there's a spiritual side to you. These are not just things that's taught in school. Sometimes it's in you, but you haven't figured it out quite yet. You think it's there, but you're not sure. Listen to what people are saying to you also. People will say to you, I see this in you. You're so good at this. You're always helping somebody. If you see someone with grocery, you're always helping them. You're always going above and beyond to make a difference in people's life. It's so important. Does this thing you're doing bring you joy? Does it make you feel fulfilled? That is that gift that you need to tap into. So I want you to know that you're wired with certain things on the inside of you. And how you're going to know what you're wired and how you're wired is, again, to take that spiritual gift test. I will put it in this video again like I did last week, because I want to make sure that you're honing those skills, because these are the skills that's going to give you your superpower. Going back to several weeks ago, you have to identify that gift. Remember, if you have an eye for details, if you know exactly how something should be, maybe the blinds are out of order. For me, quick story. When I was working with a group of friends several years ago, I used to sit near the window, and a friend was sitting way across, and she walked over behind me and she walked over to the window and she was straightening out the blinds. And they asked me, like, Shirley, didn't you see them? I'm like, no, I didn't notice it. Because I don't see those things. But they have an eye for seeing the things that are out of place, that needs to be in place. And you need a person like that on your team. You need a person like that in your circle at the table for discussion, because they can hear and see things that you may miss. If you want to thrive, you've got to identify the spiritual gift each person has that's at your table, that's in your boardroom, that's on the decision board, that's in your home, in your family. In order for your family to be in sync, it is important that you find out the gifts that each person has. It could be one gift, it could be two gifts, it could be many. But it's also important to identify what they are. So once you know that serving and being a leader and encouragement and giving and faith, positive thinking, that's part of your spiritual gift, now you can now go out and walk out your purpose. Identify your gift so that you can do that every day. You can do it without thinking. It becomes easy for you now. It's now impactful. You're now making things happen. Things are becoming significant. You're making a significant impact in your home, in your workplace, in your community, with your entrepreneurship. As you market yourself, you stand tall and you're able to express and bring out with passion and excitement who you are, what it is, what's the gift that you're given, that you have on the inside that you want to offer to the world. It is so important that we identify our spiritual gifts. I want you to know that you should no longer say after these 2 videos that I don't know my purpose, I don't know my gift. Listen to what people are saying to you. Lean into those things that you do naturally, even though it may not be easy at first, but you're drawn to it. Practice your craft. Do it over and over and over. Find an area where you can develop your gift. Maybe you get a group of people together and you can talk with them on a weekly basis, deliver to them. Maybe you can do a book club, read a book, and you are the one that's going to lead out. Find ways to practice your craft. For me, I use Toastmaster as my platform to practice my craft and speaking and leading out and making sure I offer encouragement. Find a platform and develop that gift so that you can live out in you your spiritual gift that God has given you. I am your coach. I am your sister, and I want you to thrive. I want you to find your purpose. I want you to know that those gifts that you have is first to be used in you, for you, but also to give to others, to make a difference, to offer compassion, to lead, and to do service so that you can pass on that legacy, that gift that you now find in you that you can give to other people, and you'll be remembered just for that. I'm so glad that you're here with me. I meet you here next week, same time, maybe not same place. And I want to hear from you. Like and share this video and let people know that I'm talking about spiritual gifts. All right? And let me know in the comments what your gifts are, how you identify them. All right? Have a great day. Bye-bye.